Hello friends, this is our Black Friday deal running through the weekend. 20% off individual courses utilizing the code listed here, as well as an additional 10% off the already 20% off bundle of both courses together. A lot of people are still waiting to get into the chat room and live stream community, and those that finish the courses get automatically added to an express list. But once you are on that list, you still need to go to the website membership page and sign up in one of the two spots that open up each day. Now, last week we had a day where both spots did not get filled. So you need to go to that website and stay persistent, stay patient as we are doing this to ensure that we do not flood our chat room with new people, new questions. We're trying to keep it as productive and as efficient as possible. So keeping it to 2 people a day does that. We appreciate all the support. Let's get to the charts. Checking in on the markets, SPY, IWM, QQQ, VIX, and XLF. So we'll start off with SPY. Today we had a gap down open and we started the day with significant weakness. The tech sector was crushed. The RSI levels on the hourly time frame were in the teens and in some instances down almost in the single digits. So that's a scenario where we're looking for a bounce at the open. And that's pretty much the only play we're looking for. So we were looking at NVDA, which had a significant bounce at the open, and Amazon. And that 15-minute bounce didn't last very long. We then hit a new low of the day. Eventually, the bulls did finally show up to get some follow-through, but by the end of the day, it then faded again. So what we're seeing is the bulls unable to break resistance and rejecting. And if we use the exponential moving averages, I've got the 12 and the 26 up here for crypto, but during the trading day, I'm looking at the 4 and the 8 exponential moving averages, and they are just rejecting this hourly time frame almost like it's just a brick wall. So this is the 4-period exponential resistance. Every bounce attempt today rejected. If we turn on extended hours, after hours there, we can see it's just a lackluster bounce attempt at this point. So we have to break the hourly lower high pattern. At this point, 267 is the key resistance. Anything under that is just another lower high on the hourly chart. And if we drop down to lower lows and see a break of 263.15, the next and only support nearby is 259.85, the low of the October dump, the very key level that the tech sector has already broken. So on the weekly time frame, it has to hold that higher low. Otherwise, we're fading over. Fear is going to pick up significantly, and we're going to be looking at the February dump lows. IWM looking down at its October low, 144.70, and that level is still holding, but just barely. So still a lot of weakness. It's the bulls just attempting to hold their support levels. Even if they hold these supports this time around, we're still going to bounce and form a lower high, and it's still going to be in play yet again. So keep that in mind. This is just only the initial test of support. Even if the bulls turn it around, hold the support level, we're going to look to set a lower high in the low to mid 270s and stay in this tightening range unless some kind of very significant event occurs. So the bears have a lot of momentum and the odds on their side significantly where we stand right now. QQQ already broke down to lower lows. Lower Bollinger Band is resistance at this point. Weekly time frame, there's our lower high and lower low, and here are our February levels looking at 155.86 and 153.28. And I call it the February dump because that's when the biggest dump occurred, but these levels go into the spring. So 157.13, we're approaching these levels, and obviously the tech sector being the leader on the way up is now the leader on the way down, and that is not what the bulls want to see. Financial sector, looking at the low of last week, 26.03. The fact that the financial sector is not in an all-out dump is why we're not seeing the market collapse. It's a significant pullback, but there are days where the financial sector is helping hold things together a little bit, and we still have a lot of ways to go before that October low, 25.02. We could still pull back over 4% while maintaining that. So the financial sector holding up much better, and the tech sector is weighing things down. VIX on the daily time frame, higher low and higher high on the daily chart. Resistance is 23.81 and 27.86. And if we consolidate anything above 18.10, we'll keep the bulls in full control on VIX. So we do change the trend. We did change the trend now with that little higher low and higher high. And if we see another leg down on SPY, we're going to be looking up in the mid $20 range back where we were in October. In the weekly time frame, potentially going for continuation. You can see it would be rare if we got that continuation. These moves usually don't last too long and they don't have follow through. So to get a higher low and a higher high here would be very significant. But again, we're going to have to see a lot of volatility and a lot of fear to see us up at those levels. So bottom line, bears in full control. We're watching the hourly lower high pattern. A lot of names still pretty beat up out there, but we have key supports to be watching on those names, specifically thinking of The strongest names to me that stood out that I'll be watching if the market bulls show up tomorrow: Amazon on the hourly time frame, very healthy consolidation. The biotech sector, XBI, pretty decent consolidation. LABU would be the 3 times leveraged bull to play XBI. We also had SQ with a big strong move, holding that hourly potential bull flag. NVDA was the one that we were looking to play this morning, another potential bull flag. So these are all names, Facebook, these are all names that have the strongest consolidation into the afternoon. And you look at names like Apple, and it's much weaker. We came down to the low of the day. So that's why it's not in the strong category. So those are the names that I'm watching into tomorrow. If the bulls can show up and if the bears can keep control and drop to lower lows, we're going to be watching for lower prices. Don't have a bear list yet. I'm about to do that tomorrow morning. That's why I wake up early, and I will be scouting who to be watching if we do see bear breaks. So thanks again. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.